Measures of central tendency. SAM works for a company that maintains a career and employment website. The website provides information on positions and salaries at various companies. The table shows data from one of the companies, Cabinets R Us, a small kitchen cabinetry company. So according to this table, there are 8 cabinet makers, there are 2 secretaries, there's 2 sales representatives, and 1 president. And for each of those different types of employees, they have a salary. So altogether in this company, there are 13 employees. So what is the average salary of the people that work at this company? You can use a calculator or you can use a spreadsheet to answer this question. I've got all the salaries here of all 13 people. It's 13 people. And if I wanted to calculate the average, I would add all 13 salaries together and I would divide by 13. Brackets and divide by 13. So the average salary is $47,384.62. The median is the middle salary in the group. So if you put all the salaries in order and you pick the middle one, which is the 7th one, that is your median. The mode is the most common value in the list, and you can see that that is 43,000. There's the largest group of people that make that amount. So the mode is 43,000. If you wanted to describe the salaries at this company, you could use any of these 3 numbers. Which of these 3 numbers would you say describes the amount of money you make at this company best? I would probably argue that the median or the mode is probably the best description. And the reason I say that is because the mean is a little bit high, and that has to do a little bit about the president's salary. You can see that the president makes more than double of everybody else. And so that has kind of a big effect on the mean, which is not very accurate because not very many people make around 47,000. There's only 2 people that actually make that much other than the president. So I would say that 43,000 is a better description, the median, of how much people make at this company. Okay, so we've got some test scores that are out of 100. We want to calculate the mean, the median, and the mode. So to calculate the mean, I can add all these up on the calculator and divide by 16. Or I could use the spreadsheet and I could use sum and I can drag, put another bracket, press enter, and then I'm going to divide this by 16. I can also use the mean in the spreadsheet, mean function. That'll do it all for me in one step. It's called average actually. Average and mean is the same. You just have to remember the right function. You do that with the median as well. So if I wanted to do it manually, what I could do is I could sort these rows because they're not in order right now. So I could use the sorting function. I'm going to tell it to sort by column A. There is no header row, there's no title up here, so I'm not going to check this box. I'm going to click sort. I've got all my numbers in order. We want the middle number in this list. There's 16 numbers. So the middle, there is no middle number. There are two middle numbers, the 8th one and the 9th one. And because of that, what we just do is take an average of that. So the middle or average of 68 and 69 is 68.5. So I would do on my calculator 68 plus 69, and I would divide by 2. The mode in this list, well, there's two 61s, there's a couple 68s, a couple 71s. So there's actually 3 modes. There's 61, 68, and 71. Find the mean, median, and mode of each set of data, which measure of central tendency best describes the data. Explain. Erica recorded masses in grams of bags of cashews sold on Monday at her bulk food store. So if we calculate those 3 items, so the mean is going to be all of these numbers added up, divided by 12, median. We're going to sort the numbers. And so we want the 6th and 7th numbers added together and divided by 2 because there's no middle number. So 38 plus 41 divided by 2, 39.5. Our mode. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 37s. And there's 2 of these and 1 of these. Okay, so 37 is our mode. So we have 3 numbers here to describe how much food she sold. So we could go with the average, could go with the median, could go with the mode. If you were to go with the mode, even though it's the most common, it's the smallest in the whole data set. And so I don't think 37 best describes how much she was selling when she made a sale. You could go with the mean, but I'm looking at this value here, and it is much bigger than the next biggest value, and it is having a big effect on the mean. Okay, you can see that the mean is bigger than the median. So in this case, I would say the median is their best choice because half of the bags are less than this number and half the bags are greater than this number. So I would say the median is the best choice in this case. Here are the scores on Math Quiz, and we want to see which is the best description. To measure the central tendency. let's start by sorting them. So we have some very high marks. We have a really low mark. We know how to calculate the average, so I'm just going to use the spreadsheet to do it quickly. And our median. And our mode. So the mode really stands out. 94. There's a lot of people that got much lower than 94. So I don't think using 94 would be a good description of how well the class did. The mean and the median seem a little bit more realistic. I would say that the mean is being pulled down a lot by this one really, really low mark. And so I would say actually the median is probably a better description. When you look at your report cards, you'll see medians. Here is a table showing some cash prizes that people have won. So one person won $5,000, 4 people won $1,000, 8 people won $500, and 80 people just got $10. So if we wanted to calculate the mean of this, we could just add up all the $5,000 prizes. So we could say A2 times B2, so that adds up to $5,000 total. And then there's 4 $1,000 prizes, so A3 times B3. I can actually just drag this down. So $4,000 here, 8 times 500 is 4,000. 10 times 80 is 800. If we added all that together, and then divided by the total, so the total number of prizes is 1 plus 4 plus 8 plus 80. Average prize is only $148. If we wanted the median, we've got to put them all in order. So there's 80 of these. There were 4 of these. Sorry, 8 of the 500s. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 4 1,000s. 3, 4, and there's a single 5,000. So that's 93 prizes. The middle of 93 is 93. So 93 divided by 2 gives us 46.5. So the 47th item in the list is 10, so the median is 10. The mode clearly is 10 as well, because there's 80 of those prizes. So most people in this contest won $10. And so that's probably the best description of the amount of money that people won in this contest is $10.
Here's a quick cheat sheet for mean, median, and mode. For those of you who like to have your information written in front of you, we also have a definition for range as a bonus. Here's an interesting interactive tool that will help you understand the difference between a median and a mean. So I'm going to take these dots, I'm going to drag them, I'm going to give them certain values, so maybe 30, 34, 29, let's do another 29, 36, 27, 32. So it looks like the median and the mean are pretty close together. Watch what happens when I put a value that is much further away from that cluster. The mean has increased by about 8 or 9 points just by putting that 1 point there. Whereas the median continues to be close to where all the data points are. So if you look at these values that we have here and we sort them, you can see that the middle is between 30 and 32, which is 31. And 31 is better, it sort of describes the median, and the average is about 39. And you can see that the average is being affected by this, what we call an outlier. So I could put another outlier there, and it's going to pull the mean even further, but it doesn't affect the median as much. And I can pull the mean or average back to the left if I start putting points at this end. And so you can kind of see how the average gets affected by these outliers more than the median.